Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Before I start, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that rule well over the flock, that taught us this 100% truth. Shalom to the few Akim and Akwafia on the sidelines listening and learning as well. To you camps with the likewise doctrine is GMS. Shalom to you brothers as well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, 144,000 and 1/3 men, women, and children. The second woe is past, which is World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is World War III, which is around the corner. And as you can see, the small hatters are still at it over there in the so-called Middle East, man. You know, you see the leader, the Hamas leader, was killed. Ismail Haniyeh. Ismail Haniyeh was known to stay in Iran, was killed. Iran was what killed him, a bomb. Let me read this. Bomb smoker to Tehran guest house months ago killed Hamas leader. An explosive device hidden in a heavily guarded complex where Ismail Haniyeh was known to stay in Iran was what killed him, according to Times investigation. So this can lead up to, this can be a major thing. Well, a lot of these things are going to eventually lead up to World War III. And this is going to draw in Russia as well. This could draw in Russia because Russia, known also as the Medes, they are a guard to those other nations over there. And any nation that's guarded by, Russia, they going to stand up when Israel or America gets involved with anything with these people over there, man. But just know, ultimately, all these nations, they going to eventually end up gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, the valley of decision. Let me read some of this. Ismail Haniyeh, a top leader of Hamas, was assassinated on Wednesday by an explosive device covertly smuggled in the Tehran guest house where he was staying, according to 7 Middle Eastern officials, including 2 Iranians, which are the Persians. The Persians are modern-day Iranians, and an American official. The bomb was hidden approximately 2 months ago in the guest house, according to 5 of the Middle Eastern officials. The guest house is run and protected by the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps and is part of a large compound known as Nishat and an upscale neighborhood on northern Tehran. Mr. Haniyeh was in Iraq's capital for the presidential inauguration. The bomb was detonated remotely. The 5 officials said once it was confirmed that he was inside his room at the guest house, the blast also killed a bodyguard. The explosion shook the building, shattered some windows, and caused a partial collapse of an exterior wall, according to the 2 Iranian officials. Members of the Revolutionary Guards briefed on the incident. Such damage was also evident in a photograph of the building shared with the New York Times. I wonder if they got that picture up. Let me see if that picture's there. See what comes up. If it don't come up, we'll just keep it moving. Oh, there it is. A photo shows the building in Tehran where Hanaya was killed, officials say. A photograph of a damaged building in Tehran that is circulating on Telegram and the site where the senior Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed on Wednesday, according to an Iranian official who shared the image with the New York Times. Much remains unknown about the killing of Mr. Haniyeh in Tehran early Wednesday after he attended the inauguration of Iran's new president and a meeting with the country's supreme leader. They wanted to get him up out of there before he got inaugurated for some reason. Although Iran and Hamas announced Mr. Haniyeh's death, accusing Israel of the killing, which I believe they also did, they have given few details about what took place. Israel has neither acknowledged nor denied responsibility. And as you know, I mean, these Israelis, these small hatters, they fund a lot of different wars, man, and they start a lot of different wars and a lot of shit, too. They were even behind that 9/11 attack. Excuse me, but a lot of people ain't talking about that, you know. But we living in some real serious times, man. And it's going to get to the point to where this World War III is going to damn sure crank up. And a lot of people going to get caught up in this thing, bro. You know, all these BRICS nations, dude. You know? You see all these nations right here? The BRICS. This is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. You know, those are the main players. But then on the bottom here, you see proposed new members as of August 2023. You got Arabia, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE. And let me go get the UAE as well, just to get an extension on these nations. Yeah. The UAE, the United Arab Emirates, or simply the Emirates in a country in West Asia and the Middle East. You know, these are the so-called states that's in there. You can see them for yourself. Some of them I can't pronounce: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharia, Amman. And then you got the rest. I can't pronounce the last three, but you see what's on there. You know, these are all them different nations. These are a lot of different Arab nations, man. You got a lot of different Arab nations. You got a lot of Moabite nations. You got Hamite nations. All these different nations, man. They gonna link up and they gonna form a big army and they gonna come down on you Americans, man. They gonna destroy this place. You know, because America, because of this, America be, like I said, could be pulled in into this war, which eventually that's gonna be the will of the Father anyway, for America to get pulled in this war and ultimately destroyed. You know? This is Joel 3:9. Proclaim me this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong, because at one time these other nations were weak compared to America, man. But now the tables are turned and America has become extremely weak, even though they tell you on TV that America is making a comeback and they got the strongest military. A bunch of bullshit. Y'all been bamboozled with that lie. You know, these other nations, China, Russia, Brazil, all the BRICS nations, man, they got all kind of weaponry and they got plenty soldiers. They got plenty chariots, man. They got all the missiles. You know, let the weak say I am strong. These weaker nations that was compared to America are stronger than America now. Assemble yourselves, come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together around about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Ultimately, all these different armies are going to meet up over there in so-called Middle East or Asia, man. And that's where Yahweh is going to put that judgment on all these different armies of the world. But that's going to be when Babylon is destroyed. You know? Because Babylon is definitely going to get destroyed, man. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fat overflows, for their wickedness is great. You see that? So the Most High is basically calling these other nations up, man. And it's going to get real in the field eventually, you know. Why people think it's a game out here. When you see things like these happen, when the so-called Israelis over there attacking Hamas, the Iranians, all these different nations, man, they stirring the pot. They stirring the pot, man. Let me see. This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, man. You see that? The least of the flock is the Israelis, the Amalekites, the small hatters. Those are the least of the flock, and they stirring the pot, and that's going to cause America to get pulled up into this thing, man. And when America get pulled in, that's it. You know, because these prophecies are fulfilling themselves that was written here in this scripture here and others. You know, all these different nations are going to rise up and they're going to destroy Babylon, man. Something we keep telling y'all, been telling y'all this for years, man. Jeremiah 50 and 46. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. How is the earth being moved? Because when Yahweh sent them thermonuclear missiles to hit Babylon, the earth is going to shake to and fro, man, like a drunkard. I'm just paraphrasing that scripture. You know, there's going to be a lot of explosions, a lot of rattling, man. And the cry is heard among the nations. You know, it's going to get, the destruction going to be so bad here in Babylon, man, that the other nations is going to hear the cry of the people over here. It's going to be real. It's going to be a real scary time for you people out there, man. You know, them bombs get set off. That's what's going to get y'all, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is the wind, the deadly wind that comes from them thermonuclear missiles, man. You know? And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against round about. And they already surrounding this place right now, you know. You got people already in the country. You know, America is slowly for surely being dragged into this war. But it's a lot of things that's going to take place in America as well. Is America getting pulled over to that war. It's going to be civil wars here, class wars, race wars. insurrections, man. There's going to be a lot of different things taking place before this war actually kicks off. But America will be destroyed in this war. We tell y'all over and over again, but people, they think this place is going to go on forever and ever and ever, man. It's not. Jeremiah 51:3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And against him that lifted himself up in his brigading, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts, man. So when they get over here, they're gonna destroy everything moving over here. They're not gonna hear none of these people talking about around here. You know? Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. So there's gonna be dead bodies all over the place, man. The scriptures talks about that all the time. How it's gonna be dead bodies laid out in the streets, man. Death is gonna be an extremely common thing, and a lot of people they gonna have feeble knees in that time. Y'all hearts are gonna melt with fear, dude, because y'all not understanding what the will of the Father is. And that World War III must go down and the elect must be took up. You know, Lord willing, I'm of that number. This is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, which is the Russians, modern day Russians, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army. So the Most High is bringing these armies together. You know, because at one time Russia wasn't as strong as it is, like it was back in the day, like in the early 90s when they had the Soviet Union. They were extremely strong at that time. You know, and since then they have been weakened. It's kind of like being wounded with the sword. They've been at a low state, a low level. But now Russia has been brought back. You know, that's what it's talking about. And I will turn thee back, and I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army. The Most High brought the Russians back, and all his armies. And there's going to be many armies that's joined onto him. You got to think about the BRICS. Think about the BRICS and other nations that's joined onto them. They all are under one alliance now. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, modern day guns, man. You know, bucklers, modern day armor, shields, you know, many horsemen. So all these different nations are finna be sided up with the Russians, man. You know, Ezekiel 38:5, you got Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet, man. The Iranians, which is the Persians. You got the Ethiopians and Libya, man. These are Hamite nations, dude. You know, all these nations are finna connect with the Brits. They already are. And they gonna form a great army, man. It's gonna be a huge army. Even the Moabites. You know? Gomer. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe those going to the Turkey. Let me see something. Let me see something. Bear with me, Israel. Want to see something one time. Yep, Turkey. Turkey. And all his bands, the house of Togarma of the North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. It's going to be a ton of different nations coming together to form this one big host of an army, man. And they're going to come down on America in World War III, and they're going to destroy this place. And then they will be destroyed by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ezekiel 38:7. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. Because everybody is being assembled onto the Russians right now. Everybody is linking up with the Russians. And be thou a guard unto them. And what that means is Russia is a guard to all these other nations that sided with it. Russia is the guard to them. You know, it's going to be a guard onto them against any of these other nations, like the Israelis going out here blowing shit up, attacking everything. You know, and America as well. America known for going into other countries, destroying land, pillaging, stealing. That's what they do. You know, the whore of Babylon, and she's going to be burnt with fire. You know? Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon. No, I read this already out. Salaki, I had that up there twice. I brought that out as well. But y'all keep y'all eyes and ears open, man. You know? Even Psalm 83 talks about the nations that are against the Israelites, man. You got the tabernacles of Edom. This is Psalm 83:6. The tabernacles of Edom, which are the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, Moab, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab. You got this. That's the so-called Chinese man, the Hagarenes. Those are Hamitic nations too. Arab nations as well. All these different nations, man. Jebal and Ammon. Those are Japan, Japanese, and Amalek. Amalek, the small hatters. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. All these different nations. They're going to rise up. And they're going to destroy Babylon with thermonuclear fire. And then they're going to go into the valley of Yehoshaphat, the valley of decision. And they're going to be destroyed by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So keep your eyes open, fixed on this war, man. Pay attention. I'm talking to the sincere brothers and sisters out there that's in this walk. A lot of the people that's in this world, they not paying attention. They just see stuff on TV and they keep it moving with their regular lives, not understanding that this thing, we getting towards the end of this thing, man. And it ain't nothing but sorrows to come. Nothing but sorrows to come. One more scripture and I'm going to end it. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:19. Let me go back some. Wisdom of Solomon 3:17. For though they live long, yet they shall be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation, and some very horrible things are about to happen in this land and to its people. Lord willing, us brothers and sisters are covered by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in that time, because things are about to wrap up real soon. Shalom.